onto your butts.
My American.
I've been tracking Sasquatches for 25 years.
My American.
Global awakening to the New World Order.
My American.
Artificial intelligence, android.
My American.
Do you believe in UFOs?
Yes, sir. Extraterrestrial.
You're listening to Pardon My American.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the show.
Cause I'm free balling. Free balling. That's the name of this show. We are free balling Greg and Chris.
Free balling.
Two balls in a fucking sack. Here we are. Woo! Hell yeah, dude.
That's true. We are two balls in a sack. Kinda.
Well, you know,
Kinda,
hey,
I guess.
the swinging testes, you know? We got that swinging old sack of goodness. Hey, we were just talking right before this show started. Did everybody see the SpaceX spiral? That's what they're calling this thing.
Space, yeah. I seen, you brought it up before the show started, and I had only seen people posting pictures of it. And the first picture I saw was like this very like bullshit account posted it.
Yeah.
They're always posting nonsense fucking shit. So I was like, oh, okay, that's fake, obviously. But then you were like, no, I think it really happened, dude. Like there's articles and all kinds of shit going on.
Yeah.
But
so this was like a trending video. So this happened above Wales, like UK, and this was a couple days ago, and March 25th-ish, March 24th-ish, you know?
Yeah.
But there was a time-lapsed video. It looks like a ring cam or something, you know what I mean? So if you go to the bookmarks and go down to Volcaholic, oh, the Volcano Flex would love this account.
Volcaholic.
Yeah, if you go down to that video, you'll see it's crystal clear. They time-lapse it, and you just see this thing explode, bro. Like, it looks like...
Explode. Okay, there we go.
Freaking twirly loopy-doo-doo. Look at this thing. Kablamo!
Ooh. Okay, that's actually pretty fucking crazy.
Captain America! You know what I mean? It looks like a...
What's
it's like someone shot out a laser, like...
It looks like a moving portal opened up.
Right.
Like
I want to know.
kind of
I want to
portal
know
that you would see in like a cartoon, or like some kind of, like you're saying, like some kind of fucking sci-fi fucking movie or something.
Yeah, like He-Man came through that, dude.
Yeah.
It looks like something He-Man would throw. You know, like a lit up boomerang, like He-Man. Ah!
Yeah.
So that was in the fucking sky, and people are like, "What the hell is this?" And that was a time lapse of I don't know, hours.
It had to have been hours to get like that, me moving at that pace, and you're getting the like the rotation of the Earth and the stars.
Right.
It had to have been a long time.
Right, and so people are saying, well, this was a SpaceX rocket that kind of collided, and when SpaceX separates, it has those two parts, so they kind of formed this little spiral thing. And I'm like, no, not like this, and not over this length of time.
Well, and it would just be in one spot. It wouldn't be moving.
Right, this thing shot across the sky.
Wherever the rocket was going, and it separated, it would go poof, and then it would be right there and then be gone. It wouldn't be moving across the sky over hours and hours.
Yeah, and so people are pointing to this, saying this glowing blue and white spiral lit up the night sky across the UK and parts of Europe even. And every article says it is thought to have been caused by the launch or the separation of a SpaceX rocket in Florida. And I'm like, when's the last time that Europe saw something happen from Florida, bro? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. I have no idea.
Happen.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Right. And then, so it's like, whenever, like, I saw, like, the SpaceX collision or explosion, right? The collision, I say, with the firmament, when it ran into the firmament.
Oh, yeah.
That was immediate. That was like not over the span of several hours capturing this thing. You know what I mean?
What's up, dude?
So, what up, Dave?
What are we looking at? Holy shit.
Oh, shit. He's going to have a sneeze attack. Oh,
I think you're just allergic to me, man.
He's having the allergies fits.
What are we
This-
looking
So we're talking
apparently
about the
happened-
spiral in the sky.
This
Dave,
happened
and
over the UK.
Show the video for Dave so he can see.
He's watching it.
I'm watching it.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Yeah.
So this is a long drawn
time
out.
lapse video, and we don't know exactly how long, but it's enough time for the temperature to drop 1 degree Celsius. Okay.
And it's enough time where you can see the rotation of the stars. So it's hours.
No.
Right.
It's got to be hours, dude.
No.
What do you mean no?
No, because you can watch.
Okay.
You can
it's
watch.
not hours.
No,
It's-
you can.
Dave says
Greg,
it's not.
you're so difficult. Hey, I'll do you one. You're a smart man. Go outside and just watch the moon for a second. Watch an eclipse. How long does that take for the moon to go over that? 10 seconds? 20?
I guess the
Minutes.
sunrise doesn't really
Yeah.
change
About
that
30.
much.
So
Or-
yeah, I
or
guess
the-
minutes, Greg. So this is hours. You're right.
I guess
this is hours.
the sunset in this isn't really changing that much.
No, it's not. And look at the stars aren't moving that much, and the cloud is not moving that fast. Like the trees aren't blowing endlessly. It's like minutes, man. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Okay.
It's
But-
still
but-
too long to be SpaceX. So that's what you're talking about.
And
That's what I'm saying.
What my thing was, if it was SpaceX, it'd be in one spot. It wouldn't be moving across the sky.
Right. You know what I mean? Like this thing's shooting it like someone threw it, like a boomerang. You know?
Is that even spinning?
No,
It looks like it's
It's not even spinning.
it's
expanding.
stationary and look. Well, I don't know if it's expanding or if it's getting closer to the camera, and it's getting bigger.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
It's weird,
Yeah, like
right?
it was far away and it just like shot like
There's no
closer.
other video of this.
Not that I know.
Not
Like
that I
this
like not
crazy
that clear.
event, and there's no video.
So if you scroll up, you'll see one more. And this is the Channel 4 news
Oh yeah.
where it looks to be a slow maybe this is the real
A
timeline
glowing
here.
blue and white spiral lit up the night sky across the UK and parts of Europe, thought to have been caused by the launch
What
of
is
the
that?
SpaceX rocket in Florida.
Yeah, what the fuck's that?
Experts say the phenomenon, which was visible for several minutes, was light reflecting from a frozen
So several
exhaust plume from the Falcon 9 rocket spinning in the atmosphere.
What?
It was light frozen. See how they just come up with these fucking conundrums and they could just tell us like it was a galactic
light.
spark that happened
It
and
was a light frozen in space from the
it's like
Falcon.
light freezes like that?
Did we have we pulled up any videos of what SpaceX looks like with that? Like when that happens during SpaceX?
No, we literally just started talking about it.
Oh, can we pull one up and see what the comparison looks like? How long does that thing last? After because
Like-
we've seen them in SpaceX, right?
Right. Like just look up SpaceX
Space-
explosion.
Or Spiral, SpaceX Spiral.
Was it called a Falcon?
Well, if you look up SpaceX spiral, all you're going to get is this new video. Cuz that's what everybody's calling it. It's like called the SpaceX spiral. So, but have you ever seen a SpaceX do this?
There was videos of them doing this. Yes. Yeah.
Cuz I've seen like the stream. You know what I mean? I haven't seen like the spiral stuff.
When the
Yeah.
rocket or whatever that is, the booster falls off of the spaceship.
Yeah, it, like, kicks
does
in
this
circles.
into like it does a weird thing. I don't know
Here, hold
what it is. Probably that one right there, man. No.
No, this one is like experiences rapid unscheduled disassembly.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
not seeing anything.
And
wait.
that's where I'm just like,
Maybe.
what is the precedence of this? Like, cause
Well, this
Remember
is
when everybody
this is
saw,
the,
like-
the SpaceX Dragon separating from Falcon 9, and it doesn't do shit. Here, look at this. It just separates. It
No, I know,
it
but
doesn't,
it's like that one.
there's something else though. There is a version of this.
I
Like
just don't know
all
what
I'm
it's-
seeing are stuff that's happening like in the middle of the daytime, so it's hard to. So like here is a photo. I just bookmarked a photo of a SpaceX explosion from 2 days ago. This was March 10th, so like I guess March 8th is when the explosion happened. but yeah, like
Yeah, it's weird. It
And
sucks
it's
because
weird-
this video's taken over so much that you can't even find.
Yeah, you can't see shit.
Right.
It's all with that.
But you know, like all of the articles, like mainstream news, Fox News, Newsweek, Wales Online, I don't even know.
Whales online.
They're saying, yeah, well, Wales, like UK Wales.
Oh, they were talking about a porn site.
Well, hey, you know what
Whales.
dildo
Whales
is actually?
online. The big.
You know, it's
people
funny.
site.
My mother-in-law thought a dildo was the name of a whale's penis, and I was like,
I think
that's a little large for a dildo there.
Is that not what it? I thought that's what it was.
Is that what it's called?
Am I
A
wrong?
whale's penis?
Yeah, isn't that what the
I don't think.
No, it's called something
I
else.
think there
dude.
is something.
San Diego? No, I'm good. What is a whale's penis called?
What is it called? What is a whale? I'm gonna get. This is gonna be in my search and history now.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no specific scientific term for a whale's penis. A slang dork. That's what it is.
Oh,
dork.
a dork.
Yes, a dork.
That's
Dork,
what it is.
dude.
Yes, a dork is a whale's penis. And she was like, it's a dildo. I'm like, that ain't a dildo.
That's
Come
so
on,
funny.
man.
Dork, dude. I totally forgot about that. That's funny, dude.
Yeah.
Because we just throw around dork all the time, and it's like just a big old
Ah,
whale
you
dick.
dork. You just
Yeah.
called him a dick.
A big dick, too, dude.
The biggest dick.
The biggest sea creature dick of all time, dude. Just a wet dick.
I think that is the world's largest penis, isn't it?
Probably. I mean, what else
The
would
dork.
be bigger? There'd be nothing else bigger than that.
Right.
I don't think so.
But so anyway,
Yeah,
these
this thing,
mainstream
yeah.
news articles are just saying that it is likely caused by, believed to be caused by.
yeah.
So it's like no definitive answers coming from mainstream news either.
I wish that they didn't bury this like the other videos. You know what I'm saying? Because we've seen a lot of other examples over the years of videos of these spirals in the sky.
Have we?
Yeah, I've seen multiple. Yeah.
I've never seen spirals like that.
Yeah, dude. Big ones.
Not like this one.
That one's it's such a clear video. I think that's the difference. The ones that I've seen are up in the sky. You know what I'm saying? And this is a different field. This one's like super clean, super clear. Also very low. It seems very low.
Yeah.
And the spirals are funky. You know what I mean? They are funky. But this is like a very
I feel like it's very it seems like very purposely shaped. You know what I mean? Like
I just wish I could find those ones, man. I really do.
Well, I do want to talk about the woo woo people talking about this, dude, because it is kind of funny. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I found an account and I bookmarked it, Chris. This is from 888 Freedom Earth. Okay. The blue spiral in the UK skies was a manifestation of the Galactic Federation technology.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
This just means that they signaled the activation of the powerful portal. This marked the beginning of a new energy influx supporting Earth's ascension. We're all ascending, and this is creating a portal, and this portal will amplify the effects of the violet flame, okay? Sorry. Violet flame, all capitalized, so. And this will also enhance the grounding of light on the surface and facilitate the clearing of remaining dark energies. Okay, so this is a good thing. Seeing this spiral is a very cleansing action.
Huh. Okay,
Right.
so what technology is it? If it's a
Well,
galactic,
it's-
if it's the alien Galactic Federation technology, what is it?
Well, that's for them to know and for us to find out when the time is needed.
And how it?
Okay.
Well, obviously he would know if he even knows that that's what it is.
Yeah, he or she. Let's not assume
Okay.
the gender of
Okay.
this.
No, we can
account.
assume that's a male. It only lasted a minute or two. So
Yeah, that's true.
This is.
Yeah,
I don't
so
think
this is a portal.
I mean,
you know,
I just don't. I want to
got-
know what the violet flame is.
yeah.
You know, like
I mean, if
what-
there ever was a portal to open up in the sky, that's probably what it would look like.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like if there was an alien ship that like all of a sudden the fucking sky goes and fucking it'll pokes out the little hole in the middle of the alien ship does, and now there's an alien ship there, and everyone's seen it happen, lit up, it's all spinning, and there's I feel like that's what it would fucking look like.
I just always think a portal is like a stationary thing. You know what I mean? Like having it move across.
No, I bet it would. I bet it'd be more like
Be like a tornado. You have to be circular, because how is it gonna maintain its shape? Like you gotta.
I bet it.
Create the whip.
I bet it'd be kind of like a jet breaking the sound barrier. Like it creates the portal as it's moving. Just like the sound barrier, you can see it come behind the fucking jet and it goes boom.
That, Chris, is what I've seen SpaceX look like. When SpaceX like explodes in the sky, it creates that sound barrier kablamo. Like
yes,
a
I've
blimp.
seen that too, but that doesn't take on any specific shape.
Exactly, but that's all I've seen SpaceX do. I haven't seen it twirl and spin and stuff.
That's
you know what I mean?
breaking through the firmament.
Yeah. So this is
yeah, that was the firmament. Well, trying to break through the firmament. It was never successful
That we know of.
Yeah, it's interesting because I found a few, but they're all that like tailing looking like comet style thing.
Yeah.
Where it's, I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
With the SpaceX stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Are you saving them?
Yeah, there's a couple. The thing is with this video, it's so interesting that it's such a clear frontal shot. Usually when you're seeing these things in the sky, it's shooting away, or up or away.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm curious if this is...
So this is the same kind of normal SpaceX shit that I've seen. And then
Yeah, but look at that thing come out right here. See that tail? Right
this?
there. Nope, up at the back.
Up there?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
There's
that's
no
the
spiral
thing.
shape.
I know, but that one is, I've seen some videos where it doesn't look the same, but it looks close from different angles where it's like a spinning thing.
But it's faster though, right?
But that one wasn't spinning.
I don't know. I could
according to that, with that video, it didn't look like it was spinning. It just looked like it was in a fixed position and it just went whoosh across the fucking sky. I don't know what that is. And then there's this SpaceX one too. We've all seen this one too.
Oh yeah, this is the stream kind of thing where it's
the big sperm.
But see, the thing is it does what we can say though is
that was my porn name.
Big sperm.
Big sperm coming on the scene. No pun intended.
It's the old dork tail. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
We've all seen these, and what I'm saying is when you watch these, regardless of what the look is of those spirals and not, we do see that these things cause weird interferences in the sky. Like there's colorations, the blues, the weird kind of like mushrooming of this like energy or whatever that is. Even this one, that tail is not just like a it's illuminated almost. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like a dark cloud that's coming off of it, like smoke. It seems like it's an illuminated kind of thing that's, I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird what these things are creating. And I don't know why SpaceX does that. No other rocket has. Like, what are they using that makes that happen?
Mm-hmm.
It's not speed.
Yeah, I don't know.
It looks like a symbol from an old '90s T-shirt. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, people are gonna say it's just a swastika, man. It's fucking deep fucking space Hitler, dude. You know what I mean?
But like Hitler. Honestly, this makes you think about the shit that you've seen on like ancient symbols and like the pyramids and stuff. You know, like those ancient cave drawings and stuff.
Yeah.
Even like Van Gogh, he's had a spiral in his paintings and stuff. So it's like, is this something that has been seen throughout the ages and we're just now seeing it? And hey, I don't know.
I mean, I feel like you'd have to
Richard in the chat says the Violet Flame is a gay bar in Pensacola, Florida.
Oh, well, hell yeah. Open that baby up.
That's pretty funny.
So, like, essentially, this just means the world is becoming more gay.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Is that the new gay flag then? The spiral? Like that?
Oh, man. I wouldn't even suggest it, dude, because people run with it. You know what I mean?
So is that like the Batman signal, but like for gay people?
Oh, maybe.
It's time to be gay.
It's time to buff up, dude.
Time to come out.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's hilarious.
That would be funny, though.
Space spirals. Was there like a launch that happened? When did this happen? Yesterday, or what was the?
Yeah, it just happened yesterday or the night before or something like that.
And was there a launch at the same time?
I don't know.
See, that's what no one knows.
What SpaceX doesn't launch in the UK.
It's seen from the UK, and they said it was from Florida, and it was seen over parts of Europe too.
But
I'm
wouldn't they see it here in the U.S.?
Right, like why wouldn't they see it like all over the time? You know, like for most videos that we've seen with crazy shit coming from SpaceX, it was from videos in the United States.
Yeah.
It was never like people over in Europe could even see it. Like, no, this is never
you know what?
talked about.
Honestly, if this was SpaceX and they seen some kind of detachment flare from parts of the shuttle coming off of each other or something, wouldn't they have seen it before?
So this article
Right.
from the
That's
New
what I'm
York Post, because you had just mentioned that everything's like could be was. This New York Post says mysterious blue spiral spotting across Europe caused by SpaceX. It's definitive. SpaceX rocket launch from Florida on Monday afternoon produced a dazzling display in the night sky above Europe. Lending to some people asking Elon Musk what they are witnessing. The rocket launched from Florida's Cape Canaveral Space Force Station during the afternoon hours, but it was already dark across Europe when it lifted off. As it zoomed across the sky to reach space, it produced a mesmerizing blue spiral that left many Europeans scratching their heads.
But nobody in Florida saw it. Like, why just people in Wales? There's no video.
They said it was dark in Europe, so maybe that has something to do with it.
Oh,
It
like
was
you couldn't
light
see it in
here,
the
so
light.
it's not the same thing. I'm just reading this. It's It says it provides a glimpse of what several people witnessed as the rocket tried to escape Earth's atmosphere. People in England also witnessed the unusual display, with photos shared from Lincoln showing massive blue and white color illuminating parts of the night sky. Why would it do that, though? It's not saying what causes it.
Yeah, I'm trying
It's
to
very
see
it just seems so convenient, you know, just to be like, oh yeah, it was SpaceX. Moving on.
I'm
It
trying
says
to-
according to the UK Met Office, the rare display was likely. So this is what you were talking about. This is them saying what it likely is, right? Is likely caused by the rocket's frozen exhaust plume, which appeared spinning in the atmosphere and reflecting the light, thus creating the jaw-dropping spiral effect. Does it freeze when it gets up that high? Is that what they're saying? Like the
I
fucking
guess,
plume
but
just...
if something
oof.
that cool happened and it was produced by a SpaceX rocket, wouldn't Elon be sharing it?
And that's what I'm doing. I'm looking through his.
I'm trying to scroll through his feed too, and he hasn't shared a fucking thing about it.
Yeah, there's nothing. So
That's weird, man.
he's
Like-
not even claiming it.
Like if
They're
there's all
claiming it.
kinds of fucking articles about it, people seeing like, what the fuck is this? And it's, I mean, granted, it is cool looking. Like it'd be fucking badass to actually see that in person if we were to see it. And
It'd be cool.
if it became from his rocket, and he says nothing about it, that doesn't make any.
Yeah.
He would be the first one to share that shit.
Right, and he'd be like, look at what SpaceX can do. It's cool, you know.
Like everything to do with SpaceX and rockets and like he shares the shit out of that stuff.
Right.
It did.
So
It
Chris,
did
I
launch yesterday.
bookmarked.
The Falcon 9 rocket from Elon Musk's space company launched at 13:50 local time in Florida.
Well, this was on March 24th. People were seeing this.
Oh, so yesterday.
Yeah, this is March 24th.
Yeah, 2
The
days
article's
ago.
from March 24th. The Falcon 9 rocket is what they're saying did launch at that particular time.
What did you say you bookmarked?
So there's a bookmark from God.
Oh, here,
an account
this-
called God.
Go ahead, sorry.
But like, there's that ancient kind of spiral thing, and then he has like a book of
This thing.
all these different spirals from Celtic art. You know what I mean? And he was saying that these spirals are caused by the megalithic structures on Earth creating magnetic connections with celestial objects. So God knows.
This article from BBC seems to detail it a little bit more, actually. It says, okay, so that the Falcon 9 launched, it's a reusable rocket, obviously. It says, while this part of the rocket then, so after launching, the first part takes the payload it is carrying, such as satellites, into space. While this part of the rocket then turns back around towards Earth, the second stage of the rocket continues to take the satellite to the correct orbit. Once released, the second stage will eject any leftover fuel which freezes instantly due to the altitude and forms into a spiral pattern because of the rocket's movement as it falls back to Earth. So it's releasing the fuel as it's spinning down, freezes because of the atmosphere, and leaves it to this funky ass thing that we're seeing. Which, I mean, I don't think it doesn't make sense, but it's also like, doesn't this happen every time then, right? Like every time?
I was going to say, I can't wait to see it again. You know, like prove us wrong and, you know, I'll believe them.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a fun explanation for that side of it, but we haven't seen this. We've seen SpaceX launch multiple times. Now, there are things, like I said, I've seen things before that were interesting, not to this detail though. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that this was that clear and that video footage of it is pretty awesome. Maybe it was maybe it was just the right atmosphere, the right coldness. I have no idea, dude. Or it's just it's a fucking, you know,
It's an alien portal.
It's the Galactic Federation's technology, dude.
Yeah.
Getting
Maybe,
ready to ascend people.
Maybe those radars under the pyramids like triggered something, you know what I'm saying? And this was a plume from the pyramids, you know what I mean?
Right. And it was really blue too, you know?
I'm blue. Oh, you don't.
It was really blue. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
like-
mean,
Is it, you know, SpaceX stuff, explosions, do they remain blue after they explode? I don't know.
Well,
it would
is it the
depend
light?
on like, is there some kind of weird lighting on it, or like,
Or is it just absorbing the light or the light that's around? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But we said that about the fuel. The other, remember I was just talking about that tail seemed to be glowing. You know, I mean, it was like a bright white on that particular one, but there's like something with that fuel that's like it seems different. You know what I mean? Than the normal shit that we see.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
it's weird
Because it
shit.
stayed blue.
Elon,
It's weird shit.
if you fucking hear it, clear this shit up if it's you. I mean,
Well, even if he said something, they would probably be like, he's lying. He's covering up the portal.
he's working
theory.
with the Galactic Federation.
This is all a cover up to cover the JFK shit that's being, you know what I mean? That's what it is. It's a weird one,
Something.
man. That would be a cool ass video to take. I'll say that much. If you were the person that was,
Oh yeah.
why are they filming that? That's the one thing too. That's
It
kind of
looks like it was on like a,
Ring cam or
Like some
something
kinda-
high def.
That's a high ass
Yeah.
def ring cam, dude. Holy shit.
or maybe they were just happened to be like trying to do
filming the skies.
trying to do a time lapse of the sky or something. I don't know.
Well, what does that say? Like I'm trying to look at Latin, Croatia. So this was like, I think this might have been a YouTube channel that just, you know, records the sky for whatever reason, and then they just caught this shit. You know, they set up their camera and just kind of let it go. Because
What's
yeah, this
weird
is a
is
YouTube channel.
There's other videos of this happening too, which is
Like,
of
is
the
it
same
other
thing.
videos, or like is it? Yeah, that's the video. Like the news is like
Yeah.
sending around. So I don't know if it's the same one or.
So anyway, I mean, who knows? I just don't think it was SpaceX. The news articles are saying it was likely SpaceX. Yeah, you had New York Post saying this was due to SpaceX. But who knows?
I mean, it's definitely a cool ass.
It, like we said at the beginning, it looks like a fucking portal you'd see in a fucking low
I
budget,
feel like I've
low budget
seen that
movie.
shit though. I feel like I've seen that like
it's
as a
He-Man.
logo. No, like a logo, like a TV, like a shirt logo or something. It's actually driving me nuts. I got to be honest with you because I feel like I've 100% seen that logo on something before.
Isn't it He-Man? It looks like a He-Man sword. It looks almost like one of those double-edged swords. Like you grab it in the middle, and it's bladed on one side and the other side. I don't know. Maybe like Halo. Halo has a shield sword or something.
Yeah, I know what
Honestly,
you're
I don't
talking about. I don't know what that's from though. Is that some video game or something?
Yeah, I think
Or
so.
maybe like a Mortal Kombat thing.
Yeah, maybe. Don't know.
Interesting. Spiral logos. I'm just gonna say maybe it's like some t-shirt company. It's like, man, let's
We
push
could
ourselves.
Let's sell the shit out of
Yeah,
this.
fucking Massimo's back, bitch. You know what I mean? Something
Hell
like that.
yeah.
Spiral logo. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. It just seems familiar. But that's a cool video, man. That's pretty neat. That's honestly pretty cool.
It is. It is.
That guy probably made a lot of money selling that video to news places.
He probably
Right.
He probably didn't even fucking sell it, dude. He probably posted it online and people just took it.
Yeah, they stole it.
You can't do that shit.
Bummer.
If you got good stuff, I mean, you gotta hold on to it and say, "Hey, I have this. I'll show it to you." But if you want it, it's gonna cost some money.
They offer you the right shit. Just like, here's 10 grand. Take it, bro.
Yeah, take it.
Take it. Actually, maybe not. Depends on how spectacular it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
So who?
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Is this this has been circulating though? This is like the is this a trending thing?
Yeah, this is like a trending thing right now.
Damn, dude.
Which is weird. Why I said why Elon wouldn't say something about it. Oh shit.
Where we go?
Like, I don't understand why, if this is trending all over in articles, all over the UK, now it's trending on X. Like, why wouldn't he say something about it,
dude? I mean, let it stew. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Like, if you knew what it was, right? Let's say hypothetically that he's like, yeah, this is absolutely from SpaceX. We've seen this before. Let it stew. You're in the news. It's trending. You know what I'm saying? Like, why stop the fucking trend? You know what I mean? Because you come out and everybody be like, oh, you know, and oh, that explains it, and then it might die down a little bit.
Yeah.
But like, this is getting. I mean, how many times is SpaceX being talked about in newspapers right now because of this thing?
That's true.
Like, take that free advertisement. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's true.
It's a good help.
That's true.
You know, that's what I'm thinking. Because you know he will say something. I guarantee he will at some point. He's got to. But they just launched. You know, maybe he's really just kind of paying attention to what's happening with the rocket and where it's at and what it's doing. I don't know. Maybe he's not focused on this thing.
If they're launching satellites and shit, I don't think he's really paying attention to that as much. They've got that process down.
I don't know. He's over there.
They've launched hundreds and hundreds of those.
Hundreds,
dude.
I don't know. I have no idea. Is it really hundreds?
Yeah, he's launched hundreds of fucking satellites.
So that's what I'm saying. He probably knows, right?
No, not thousands.
No. What, 1,000? I mean, satellites?
Damn,
he has a lot of fucking satellites, bro.
See, my question is, if you're in space or up in the atmosphere high enough and you fart, does it freeze up like that as well? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just like give a little toot, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Just ices up immediately. And just, you see like UK starts filming your fart just fucking coming. They're like, what is this thing? You know what I mean? And you're like,
yeah.
It's me, dude.
It's a death cloud.
That's me.
What if that thing smacks too? What if like you could feel it?
Oh, dude. So Forbes.
Some icy
this is
smack
from
to it.
Forbes. Just the headline says there are 10,000 active satellites in orbit right now. Most belong to Elon Musk.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of those. You got to think about the detritus in space, like the micro dust, the little tiny things that are like
the spiders.
You know what I mean? Like if your satellite's going in orbit, going this way, and something comes around this way at like breakneck speed, like how are you going to stop that? You know, so like the reparation, like you have to repair these things quite a bit, from what I understand. Maybe it's just a money suck. Maybe none of this is maybe this is all fake and gay, and they're just saying, "Oh yeah, we got all these satellites up there. Trust us." But like, apparently, people attack them. Like other countries attack the satellites to cut out the communications.
Yeah.
You know, like intercontinental missiles, right? What are they called? ICBMs, ballistic missiles.
Yeah.
So they'll send them up into space, kablamo, and then mess up a couple of satellites.
This is a really stupid question.
What?
And I mean that seriously, because I actually have never thought about it, but I always just assumed that like shit like rotates around the earth in the same direction. You know what I mean? Kind of. Like when it goes up, like I never really thought about things crossing paths. It seems like it would be impossible with 10,000 things to not.
Well, I assume there's some things that are orbiting faster than others.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Even if everything was going the same direction around Earth, all moving at the same thing.
But there's also debris in space that isn't from us.
For sure.
Right.
Rock.
For
and
sure.
Fucking
but it just seems like
asteroids.
we would have more crashing satellites. If you got 10,000 satellites up there between meteors and comets and you know, or whatever, and space debris and other satellites and a rocket ship. I mean, shit, every time you put up a rocket, you're fucking playing roulette. You know what I'm saying? It just like, wouldn't shit be falling out of the sky? No? Or just shooting out, you know?
Because the way I'm thinking about it is like, you know, if you have something in a circular pattern and you have an orbit to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And something it's floating, and then it comes and it sticks into that orbit. Then it's going to start spinning with the orbit, and it's just stuck there forever until something moves it. Right.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Would it be spinning all in this? Like, would eventually the stuff that's going reverse get stuck and then
I think so.
move into the same direction? Because I've seen, you know, and listen, fake or not, who knows, right? But you've seen space videos and you see things in the sky, and it seems like I always feel like they're moving in the same direction. Like everything's moving left to right around, you know, this. But I guess I've never really thought about like something whizzing by the other way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Usually when we see that shit from supposed NASA footage, it's like, look at the spacecraft because it's not going the right way.
Yeah.
You know, so
Well, and that's why when people go out, like when you leave Earth's orbit, people have speculated, like, bro, like, how are you going to avoid all this fucking debris, like shotgun blast, like buckshot to your shuttle 24/7?
Well,
how are you going to stop it?
I imagine that's why they time everything the way they do.
Dude,
Maybe they have
if
to.
they know what they're doing.
Well, if they have shit up there, they know at what pace it's moving and its exact location at all times, and they'd be able to time launches of new things to not hit stuff.
Well, I'm talking about after you get out of the orbit and it's a free for all, and you have who the fuck knows floating out there shooting it however fucking fast it is. You don't know what's coming at you at any time.
You got to think too. What did this article say? 10,000.
why is he looking at that? Why would you even want a spacewalk?
10,036 active satellites in orbit.
My thing is, why would you want to even get out of the fucking spacewalk and just floating around when shit's flying at fucking rapid speed all around you?
No, it's not, that's not how it is though.
What do you mean?
The world is
know?
fucking massive. Imagine.
No. I'm saying you get out.
You got the entire planet.
Yeah.
And there's only 10,030.
I'm not talking about that.
Cars on it.
I'm not talking about satellites. I'm saying like if you were to go out into space, like between like little. I mean, even Joe Rogan's talked about this, right? Like the little dust, the flying dust and shit that's in space. Like, wouldn't that just penetrate your suit? Like, you get this tiny little rock, you know, it just hits you. That would take you fucking out, man. It's going 1,000 miles per hour.
It'd be like getting shot.
More than that, you know what I mean? Because
depending on the size.
Yeah, I mean, even a pebble, bro, going in space, you know, traveling.
Space doesn't make it like.
But I'm just saying, I know, but there's nothing to stop it, you know. So if it's an explosion, it's you know,
stop it.
That's what. Yeah. So like, if a star explodes a million miles away, let's say.
Yeah.
And it starts at this speed, like this breakneck speed.
Yes.
Nothing is getting in its way, and then all of a sudden it hits you.
Because it's not going to slow down. There's no friction. You know what I'm saying? So if it's going 100,000 miles per hour from the explosion, it will go that fast until.
Well, how fast does a bullet go?
Not that fast.
In miles per hour.
I don't think that fast. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure the exact.
But that's assuming, you know, like a bullet here on Earth, you have gravity, you have everything else that can kind of weigh that down and stop it. Like you have the initial blast, and that's when you look in like physics, the bullet will go straight for a little bit, but then it'll curve and then go down.
So a bullet can travel between 600 and 2,700 miles per hour.
Okay.
Wow.
That's pretty fast. Now, here, let's look at this. How fast does space debris travel?
It would depend on
or
the force acted upon it, right?
Rocks in space travel. I don't know. I mean, what's the right way?
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Meteors and small chunks of rock and metal that orbit the sun.
Yeah.
These space rocks can travel between 7 and 25 miles per second. Yeah. That's fast as fuck, bro.
Yeah, so, I mean, it wouldn't.
But how many is that per hour? I don't know. Times it by 60. That's a lot faster.
Yeah, but if say, God damn it,
it's fast enough to cross the United States in 5 minutes.
Yeah, we need
that's pretty damn fast.
That's a pretty fast fucking. I'm just saying.
So it's moving.
Hits you.
It's moving at a pace. If something small was traveling that speed, hit you, it would have no effect. It would just blow right through you.
You would die. It would die instantly.
It would be like a ghost traveling through you.
It would. There would be so much. I mean, it would, but I imagine
it would have no impact. It would literally just go, like pushing through Jello.
Yeah, you're just like ow, and then you just die. I mean,
you'd just be like, ugh. And no one would know what happened. And then you'd freeze because you're in space.
Yeah, so like I asked Grok, like, can people get hit by space rocks and debris, but I guess I wasn't specific enough because they were talking about people on Earth getting hit by space rocks and debris.
Yeah.
And they said it would be like 1 in 700,000 over a lifetime.
Yeah.
But less than a lightning strike. But it was saying there was one confirmed case of a person being hit directly by a meteorite.
Ooh.
This was in 1954. Ann Hodges in Alabama
Man.
was napping on her couch when an 8.5-pound meteorite crashed through her roof, bounced off a radio, and bruised her hip.
Wait, bounced off a radio?
That's what I'm thinking. It crashed through her roof.
Yeah, if it goes through the roof, you're losing tons of speed right off the bat. You know what I mean? You're slowing that because it's already gone through the atmosphere and it's already slowed down and it's coming down, hits the roof.
That's true.
But damn,
Wait,
that's pretty sick though,
And
dude.
bruised.
This says that Ann Hodges developed Superman-like powers and could fly.
She's like, I can super come now. It's amazing, dude. This
Yeah.
You know?
NASA hired her to fly to Mars.
Oh. That's what it is,
Okay.
man. That's what SpaceX is fueled by.
That's who's probably doing all the remote viewing for the CIA.
True that, man. That's not a bad
Right.
idea, dude.
She,
This chick
she
is
got
she's special.
She got asteroid powers.
Yeah, dude. She
But
got
I
clapped
think-
by a fucking asteroid. That's
I
pretty
think that's
sick,
what
dude.
that's like one like valid argument that you could say space is fake, dude. Because once you get out of Earth's orbit, I mean, who the fuck knows what's going to hit you? You don't know which way things are coming and going. Like,
Well-
how do you stop that and how do you predict it?
I mean, maybe the answer would be that like space is so large and it's so vast that we can't really comprehend that until you're actually up there to realize that like it's just there's not that much stuff floating around. Once you get past the layer, Earth and the atmosphere.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Like just being out in space in general is just pretty clear.
It's such a
shit.
massive area that 10,000 satellites would be nothing in comparison to like I said, if you had 10,000 cars on the planet by themselves,
Yeah.
you'd never find them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had
But-
10,000 satellites circling the Earth, you'd have to know exactly where they are to even know
True
where to look for them.
True that. I like that
Yeah.
satellite shit though, man. It's cool. I
There's
think it's
also
cool.
like space garbage, you know what I mean, as they call it.
Oh
Like,
yeah, from like old trips up and shit. Apparently,
well, just all the exploding rockets and the exploding this and that. Like, anytime a SpaceX rocket explodes, like a bolt, a nut, a fucking something goes flying, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah.
stay up there.
That's why I think we
There's
should
a
take our
Tesla up
trash,
there.
dude. Fuck it, let's add more, dude. Take the trash, you take it up in space, just let it go.
Block out the sun. Bill
No,
Gates would love it.
Just fucking shoot it up there, dude. Like it's no one's gonna say a thing.
oh, like actually put it on a rocket and like
Yeah, get a
just,
big
just
ass
send
sack.
it out, and then it just never
Yeah, just
stops.
give
going.
it momentum and just let it go. And who's gonna say a fucking thing? Where are they gonna? Are the space police gonna be like, hey, this? And are you ever gonna notice it? You really
that's
ever gonna
true.
notice it?
Or just let it fall back down to Earth because they say that like it all burns up.
It would,
True that,
it would
because
incinerate.
It'll just incinerate.
Yeah, that is a natural incinerator right there. That's not a bad idea, dude.
Not a bad fucking idea.
Yeah,
Or you
until-
could just incinerate it here down on Earth. I mean,
That's true. But
I
then
mean,
save you
that's
a
what they
trip.
do in fucking Norway or whatever it is.
But I'm curious if like that when it's coming through and it's burning up, is it because it's like at our atmosphere? Does that kind of the smog, if you will, from that burning just goes back up and out? Or
I
because
think
like
it'll fuck it up, dude.
Yeah,
I think it'll
probably
stay up there. You know what I mean?
dude, interesting
Trapped.
satellite thing though. Just since we're talking about satellites, I was Google Earthing the other day for shits and giggles. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm gonna look up the fucking what was it, the DMZ? You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm gonna go to North Korea. I want to see this bitch. I want to see how cool this place is. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to find the DMZ because I've actually never really looked at like where's that at? Like,
Yeah.
how do you get there? Is it close to like Seoul? Is it not close to like where's it at? And I think I found it. It's not as easy to find. But what I did notice is North Korea is littered with blue roofs, man. Have you ever seen this?
Blue roofs.
The whole
Ooh,
fucking
blue
place is blue roofs. Like, go look at Google. You got Google Earth on this bad boy?
Yeah.
Look up fucking North Korea and go to Pyongyang or whatever, the fucking, the capital, okay? And just zoom in to this fucking center. And it is like overwhelmingly blue roofed. It's very interesting.
Well, now I'm going to pull a Dave and be logical here,
Yeah.
okay? I'm going to say, is this a constraint on their incoming manufacturing process. Like,
Very
do
well
they
could be.
only have this material to build their roofs with?
Very well could be. Absolutely. Could be. It's weird because blue is not a natural steel color, right? So do they only carry blue paint? That may be possible. But it's an interesting choice nonetheless, right? Because like it's not, if it was just steel or aluminum, it would be natural metal colors, and that would make sense, right? They don't want to use anything to paint. But the fact that they're different colors of blue, it's like blues, and there's some that are faded and some that are not. Are you finding it?
Yeah, I'm trying.
You should ask though, is when's the last time you had a massive house fire contamination in North Korea? Like
Like
how
a
many
massive
of these houses
fire?
have? Yeah.
Well, so to be fair, this is yeah, go downtown, dude. You're right down there. Look at that. You can see them already. You can see it like already, dude. There's a lot of blue roofs, a lot. And if you scroll through, you're gonna see them all over the place. Like it's a totally common thing. Look at this.
Yeah.
And the
you
other
see
thing
like
is
7 or 10 in a row. And
they're
then just
all over
like-
the place.
Yeah.
And what's crazier is if you go
Couple
to-
red roofs.
if you go to even smaller villages and you're just exploring around just for fun, you're getting the same thing. It's like the blue roofs. It's weird, man. I just thought it was interesting because it's like
they know space lasers exist and they can fucking burn their houses down.
well, I just think it's weird that like it's definitely not 100%. It's not even 80% or 7. It's like 50%, maybe 40% ish, 30. But it's like way more than we have. That's for sure. It's just weird that there's so many like blues.
So I looked this up. Another angle. So they're saying like various angles to explain. So I did like a grok search, like
See,
why
the
are
houses-
roofs in North Korea blue?
The houses are normal.
Culture. They said it's cultural, maybe.
Okay.
So in Korean history, blue tiles were a status symbol linked to wealth and nobility during certain dynasties. So the tradition echoes in South Korea too, where the presidential residence, the blue house, sports blue tiles. So like we have a white house, they have a blue house.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, see, one thing that I will say is the homes are not generally blue. There are some, but it's mostly the businesses, like what you would think is like a warehouse or like a local business. Like if you actually look at like the downtown specifically, a lot of blue. But and there's some areas now, if you look at some of these small villages that he's looking at, like mostly brown, but then there's like sprinkled blue. You know what I mean? So maybe those are the wealth, like maybe wealthier families and shit.
Well, it does say practically, though, it could just be about materials. Aluminum or corrugated steel roofing, common in industrial and state-led construction, often comes in blue. So think of factory roofs in China and South Korea. With North Korea's limited supply chains, blue might dominate simply because it's what they can get.
It's the clearance roof. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Go to China real quick and see if I didn't get that far, but you go to like China and just look and see if they have the same kind of situation. I mean,
Yeah,
or they,
it's cheap, available, and uniform.
which I totally get it, man. I think it's very reasonable to think that for sure, especially with a country that has limited, kind of trade, if you will, right? They're getting probably the kickbacks of whatever China will allow them to have.
But why is blue so cheap? Like,
I don't know that it's like it's ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, like I mean, who's putting like just let's say your house or my house, right? Like the idea of putting a blue roof is like, nah. And you go to Lowe's and you're like, oh, that color is cheaper because no one wants that fucking color. You know what I mean? It's like orange, right? Like who wants fucking orange?
Mm-hmm.
Are you seeing any blue?
No, I see a lot of fucking skyscrapers.
There's a lot of skyscrapers, man.
Look at this shit.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of.
Holy guacamole!
It looks like a map from like a PS5 or Xbox. You know what I'm saying?
There's
some- look at down there,
GTA 6 right here.
Hey, go down to this. See the docks down here.
Down
There's some
here?
blue, right? No, yeah,
Sorry?
down over there, right there. Yep, see right there. There's a couple blue,
Okay.
a little blue.
Like, yeah, I would say less than 1% is blue.
That's what I'm saying, right? So
Well-
my question would be like, if that's that's a smaller. There you go. Still,
But yeah,
mostly
they
brown.
are they
I'm
are
not seeing any
packed
blue.
in there.
So I'm saying is like, is that like the discount that hey, listen, we'll send you the blue shit. You know what I mean? That's what you get. But Or is there a meaning behind it? You know, maybe something bigger. I just thought it was interesting because we
There's
talked
some
about
blue.
blue roofs before, right? And I just randomly
Those are industrial buildings.
industrial.
That's true. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. There's a couple blue ones in there though, for sure. A couple.
Yeah, so this is saying one theory ties to the government push under Kim Jong-un starting in 2012 to modernize building appearances. Reports suggest that the regime ordered residents to replace old roofs with metal tiles, often blue,
Interesting.
to project an image of prosperity and resilience against international sanctions.
Or was he onto something? You know what I'm saying? Like hypothetically, if the whole idea of the blue roof actually protects you, and we've seen this, we've had this discussion, it's fair discussion, right? Like we've seen the fires and the blue seems to make it through for whatever reason, right? Mysteriously, maybe they are thinking
But
that
the blue, like making it through all of the flames, because like once the fire started, the laser maybe can't penetrate the blue, but it can penetrate right next to the blue, and that starts on fire, and then the blue just doesn't burn. Like,
well, see, here's the thing though, that when we saw the fire, that's assuming that lasers are just hitting everything, right? But if you
no,
started
just little specks here and there, just to start the flame.
But what I'm saying is some of the stuff that we've seen was the umbrellas that were blue, that were on the sidewalks where the trees had burned down, the places burned down.
Vehicles that are blue.
So
blue
like,
chairs,
is blue just
clothes?
Is it something that like just doesn't take on the fire? Like something in the dye? Is it something, you know what I mean? Like, is there something that's like,
You know what I think it was?
What's
Honestly, symbolically here. Okay.
okay, symbol, yeah.
Okay.
Think about what we are seeing. We are seeing the destruction of a democratic city, right? A major democratic state, cities, but there's a speck of blue remaining. Okay, symbolically. Okay, when you tear everything down, but there's a little speck left. There's hope. Okay, that's the Democratic Party because they're hanging on a little tit.
I like that.
They're hanging on a tit.
Okay.
And they're sucking.
I like that.
They're sucking as hard as they can.
Okay.
And they're getting a little bit of milk here, a little bit of milk there. It represents the life, the juice.
Like the seed,
The juice.
like
The
the
seed.
little
juice.
seed. Like, hey man,
Yeah.
just leave that one umbrella. You know what I'm saying? Like that symbolizes that, like that one umbrella.
See? It's like we're all burned down to hell,
Yeah.
but we're not dead, right? We're
Yeah.
going to come back fighting and stronger
And what
than
happens, man? Those things were down, and then when you release them, they open back up. You know what I'm saying? Those blue umbrellas.
See?
I like that. That's not a bad.
That's what it
hey,
is.
Listen, I'm not against that at all, dude. You know what I mean? I think there's something with that blue though. There's got to be something with that. There got to be something with that. I think Kim Jong Un. You know what I'm saying? I think he's onto something. I think he's worried about some like fucking attack from space. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that they got a good
Well,
space
yeah.
program, if you know what I'm saying. And they're probably like,
Dude, I mean, so here's the deal. Space lasers exist. Laser weapons exist. You can find videos of a guy with a laser gun on X. I've seen it in numerous videos where he's literally just cutting through metal with his laser gun. And then there was this video where there's sections of color, like a fabric of different colors, and it's burning through, like this guy's shining a laser down on them, and it's cutting through every single color except for blue. Now, that could be just because that specific laser was in a certain like light parameter that did not allow it to burn that color. And maybe there's specific other, like lasers that can penetrate different color types. I don't know. But you think about energy and you think about waveforms and you think about blue. Blue is short and fast, and it makes sense. Like, you're going to use blue to burn things. Ultraviolet.
well, this is
Whereas
saying that
red is really long.
blue lasers often struggle to cut through blue materials. I'm sorry, blue lasers? That's weird. Often struggle to cut through blue materials because the material doesn't absorb the laser's energy well, instead reflecting or transmitting most of the light, leaving insufficient energy to cut. So,
Right.
And that makes sense when you look at like black absorbs heat a lot, you know what I'm saying? And so like there are things that absorb and reflect and deflect and all that. And so, yeah.
Well, what gives something color is its lack of ability to absorb that color. And you are seeing that lack of ability for it to absorb it. So like these red curtains are red because this material cannot absorb the color red, and it's reflecting the light, making it red in our eyeballs.
Yeah. But isn't there something to be said about like the material in itself? Like in order for us to make the dye for red, right? Or make the dye for blue or make the paint for blue, does it need some specific thing that's in blue, that blue dye that would maybe be a chemical that doesn't burn? You know what I'm saying? Like it's a fire absorbent kind of thing where it's like it doesn't burn. Is that?
I think it has to do with the laser. It has to do with the energy of what you're shooting at it. And like it's a blue laser because of the energy form, and it just makes it look blue for our eyes.
Yeah. I'm saying
And
like
it's on that same spectrum.
If you're in like an F1 race car or NASCAR and you got the fire retardant suits, okay, those are made of a material that doesn't absorb heat or allow it to burn the same way, right? It doesn't burn or burns slowly. Like there's something chemically in that suit that makes it prevent it from burning, protecting the person. So my question would be, is there a chemical in the dye of blue or in the material that makes blue that would be a retardant of some sort that would not allow it to burn, or maybe like deflect the heat enough to not allow it to burn compared to other things?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would have to be like, I mean, because it would have to be in anything then. So like a blue umbrella, a blue roof.
But it still wouldn't make sense because the house isn't blue. The houses weren't blue. Just the roof was blue. So it would be just the roof not burning. The rest of if the fire burned all the way up, the house would still burn. So
well, and you know what? It's like with that, you'll never find a house with a blue roof burned down because the blue roof would be burned down, right? So you can't have a control here to weigh it against that.
But
theory.
to Chris's point though, what he's saying was that the fire should have spread to the sheetrock and to the other things of the home, causing it to burn. The roof, even if it didn't burn, would just collapse down on itself. You know what I mean? But those homes were completely saved, which that would lend more towards the idea of a laser starting the fire from the roof and, you know what I mean, burning from that point, right? But I just didn't know if there was maybe some protection. Maybe it's something even deeper than that, man. You know what I mean? Like God just loves blue. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, hey, anything blue, I love it. Don't burn it down.
I think they left the blue there just because it was just slivers of blue. It wasn't everything blue. There was a couple other colors mixed in with everything, right?
I'm just saying, what if North Korea just burnt, like their mass fire in North Korea, right? Pyongyang, fucking just big old fire and just nothing burns. You know, all these blue buildings with these roofs, they just stand.
I like how you just threw out Pyongyang like it was. It sounded close enough to a North Korean
I don't fucking
word.
know how to say it. Pyongyang, you know, like Pyongyang.
Oh, I live in Pyongyang, China.
Pyongyang.
My house will not burn.
I don't know how do you actually say it? Is it Pyongyang? How do you say that?
I have no idea. I'm not Korean.
Look it up.
Pyongyang. How do you spell that? Pyongyang, North Korea.
I don't.
Pyongyang.
Pronounced. I'm butchering. Oh, here it is.
You should play it. You should play it.
Yeah, is there?
On
You can.
It's Pyongyang.
Can you play how they say it?
Yeah. Here we go. Hold on. Let me turn this up.
Pyongyang.
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 Who's gonna pee on Yang?
I'm going. I live
Pyongyang.
Pyongyang.
I'm gonna pee on Yang.
I live in.
Pyongyang.
And my house will not burn. I have blue house. And it will not burn down.
Sounds kind of like a derogatory.
My name's Big Sperm. I'm gonna pee on Yang.
It does. It has like a derogatory.
That
sound
wasn't
to it.
even Korean.
You fucking Pyongyang, dude.
Pyongyang.
It's like a peon.
Yeah.
Did they name that town after a guy getting peed on? Like Yang
Pyongyang.
literally got peed on, and Pyongyang.
What does that mean?
That means he was the king, dude. He got peed on.
He had the golden shower.
Pyongyang Meaning the golden shower. Is a misspelling of piano. Okay, so which is preferred? I don't know what that means. This is Chinese.
No, I can't read Chinese.
It's a Mandarin name, I guess.
Huh.
Who knows? Anyways, I'm just saying. I think the only other place I've seen that is like Greece. Doesn't Greece have like a lot of places with blue roofs? White buildings, blue roofs? Like the islands?
I don't know.
The islands over there?
I know Jeffrey Epstein had a little blue in there. So I don't know.
Blue roof, Greece. I think it's a thing there, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just a style thing. And it really has nothing to do with anything.
Dude, so...
And the reason those houses didn't burn down, they just had really good sprinkler systems.
Maybe they did. Maybe they did.
I guess.
I mean...
They had great hoses.
Because you didn't... There was never any, like, some guy's property with a mobile home didn't burn. It's always a really nice fucking house that didn't burn.
But just
Well, and they're always
coincidentally,
in
all
nicer
the
areas.
the blue roofs just made it. All those guys were like, we know what's up. We're gonna take care of this. Just all them like the Blue Roof Society was
The
like,
roof was blue because he's letting everybody know I have the water.
that's a good theory. Sure, dude. I like that.
Oh.
It's the ocean,
that's
baby.
the dumbest explanation.
Sounds like some like Pixar show. You know what I mean? Like Moana 3, the blue
Yeah.
roof. Fucking no.
Hey, did you real quick? We don't have to dive into this real deep, but apparently Argentina is releasing all their declassified documents pertaining to Nazis fleeing there from Germany.
Oh,
Yeah, you mentioned this, and I did not hear about this.
Apparently, a Republican senator from here in the U.S. in February asked them to release this. So it brings into question what information is going to actually be released.
Well, I think we know that they're there.
But did Hitler go there?
I don't know. Did he tell anybody that he went there? You know what I mean? That would be the thing. Is there actually documentation, or is he just straight up hiding?
I feel like if there's that big of an influx, the government's going to know who was there.
If you went into hiding, how would they know who was who?
Who was hiding? Who was hiding him?
I'm saying he could have changed his name before he came over, man. That's a trip. You know what I'm saying?
You're not going to change that face.
Oh, you shaved that mustache.
Well,
and
he
it's
ain't
game
shaving.
over.
He ain't shaving that mustache.
Oh, that mustache was gone.
No way.
He's
if
like,
there's anything that happened during the war
Masadi.
ever, he would cut off his dick before he shaved that mustache.
Nah, that mustache.
That mustache made him.
Yeah, but he was trying to not be him.
All the power he had was in that mustache.
You imagine you're like,
I
listen,
cannot be me.
Yeah.
I will not shave my mustache.
It's like, sir, you need to go hide. And he's like, the one thing that you have that everybody in the world knows, and it's like, I can't let it go.
I mean, there is that picture that was floating around of the old guy on a boat with the Clintons that kind of resembled what Hitler may look like when he's old and fat.
That's a reach.
That old, dude? I mean,
You
'cause
remember?
he was
You remember
already
that
kind of
picture?
old.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
I'm
remember
just
that
saying, like, how we're talking, he's like fucking 98 years old. I mean, shit.
Right.
42.
But,
he was,
so
yeah, I mean,
it's weird that, like, so if you think about Argentina, the Nazis, you kind of think about what's it called? Raiders of the Lost Ark. Frickin' what's it called? Indiana Jones, right?
yeah.
Indiana Jones looking for that
This guy.
Ark of the Covenant and all that shit.
This guy
Did
right
you
here.
find it?
That's just a fucking Ted, you know, a Will.
That doesn't look like Hitler at all, dude.
No?
Oh, man.
Come on.
That doesn't even match up time.
All the
frame-wise.
shit Greg reaches for when he talks about anything, and that doesn't look like Hitler.
Dude, I mean, I still have brains, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, I think it's the
That
nose.
doesn't really-
I think the nose is like the only thing that's like a, you know.
I think the eyes are off. I think it's like a little bit too.
Well, he's
too
old
happy.
now. His face is going to change. Did you know that
The eyes
you get
will.
bigger bags under your eyes, your nose gets fatter, your ears get bigger, your hair gets whiter, you gain about 50 pounds. That's what
Yeah.
happens when you get old.
Yeah, but the time, dude, he was 56 when he died. He was 56 in
If he died.
1957. I'm just saying, if he was born in 1901, you know what I'm saying? And this was, I mean, this is Bill and Hillary. This is past his presidency.
You'd be like 125 years old.
I mean,
Right.
I mean, that's a lot of fucking little
I
Jewish
mean-
kid blood that he's got in his system, I guess.
Is that past his
I mean,
presidency?
that guy
yeah,
looks
probably,
closer to George Soros than he does to Hitler. You know what I mean?
I mean, to
that's
be
true.
fair, if this was like 92 or 94 or something, like he would
I
have
don't
been
know what-
93 years old. That's
I mean,
feasible.
you look at the clothes they're wearing.
It's
it looks like it
feasible.
could be the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
But to your point, his stash has grown out, and if he really loved it that much, he wouldn't have done it. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
Yeah. I don't know. He had guaranteed that's not Hitler.
Yeah. All right.
But like, don't you find it interesting though? Before we get out of here, they are talking about this CIA document talking about the Ark of the Covenant, right? They had
Yep.
remote viewers, which I swear to God we talked about on
We
this
did.
show because we
I-
looked at the
now that you
documentation.
mention it, I do remember us having a conversation about
About
that
what?
about the CIA having remote viewers describing a place where they think the Ark of the Covenant was.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And remember we looked at like that temple that was found buried and they dug it all up way underground.
Oh yeah.
And people were like standing inside of it. So this Ark of the Covenant talk is happening right now, all of a sudden. And then you also have this Argentina revealing the Hitler files, you know what I mean? The Nazi files. And it's like this whole Indiana Jones, like, that's literally what the Nazis were trying to do, is find the Ark of the Covenant in that movie. And it, it's just like, what are we really dealing with? Is that what the Nazis were trying to do? Because I heard, what was it, like Himmler? The Nazis were deep occultists. They were trying to find Thor's hammer.
They were obsessed with historical fucking
artifacts
and culture and shit.
Right.
Well, powerful artifacts.
Folklore.
So what if they actually did find the Ark of the Covenant and they buried it in this fucking deep underground whatever, like that person described?
Yeah, but they were describing somewhere they said they thought was in the Middle East.
Right, because you had people in white robes and dark facial features,
and
right?
They said they were speaking Arabic.
Well, there was Arabic writing.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they were speaking.
Yes, that's what it was, yes.
I mean, the thing is why would they not want it? Because there's a lot of theory that it's like a power source, you know what I'm saying? And if that was any validity to that at all, then the Nazis would have loved to have it. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, in the document of the remote viewer, it said that anybody who tried to open it before the date that it was supposed to be opened would be killed by its watchers. Yeah, the entities or the watchers looking after it.
Damn.
Well, so that makes you wonder too, like, if they were in search of that, is there any other would the Argentinian government, if they brought in all these fucking Nazis or let them come in knowing who they were, do they have any documentation that says that's what they were looking for? Or things that they may have brought with them.
That's what I was saying. If anything, it was the fact that they would have brought it with them and stored it somewhere that they were collectively at. You know what I'm saying? That's off the radar. Who's thinking of the Ark in Argentina? You know what I'm saying? Like that's some Indiana Jones shit. Yeah. It's not in the place that we all keep searching for. It's actually, South America.
It says individuals opening the container by prying or striking are destroyed by the container's protectors through the use of power unknown to us. That's what it says in the CIA.
Isn't it funny that because it was in, I think this remote viewing project for the CIA was in 1988, I think it was, is when they came out with it. When they say this remote viewer was doing this, was 88. Right around the same time, Indiana Jones comes out and these fucking Ark of the Covenant fucking shit.
That's what I'm saying,
all at the same time.
It's like, it's all connected. Like, something's going on here.
They tell us what's happening in the movies, bro.
Yeah, I mean, they could have taken inspiration from stuff in the news.
But how would they know about it?
If it came out at the same time, they might not have known. But the theory is that they work together, right?
Same time. What time? When did Indiana Jones come out?
I'm just saying. What if I'm saying Hollywood
80s.
supposedly works with the government, and vice versa.
That's true.
So like, there's no reason to think like, hey, why don't you give me some inside information? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's some good juicy shit you guys are finding, and we'll make a movie about it because it's so unbelievable that it's like new content that's down the road could be brought back again. It's a win-win for both of them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because
they do that all the time. It's like predictive programming to get you used to this soft explode.
So apparently they did this remote viewing thing in '88, according to that document, right?
Yep.
The Raiders of the Lost Ark came out in '81.
Yeah.
So
before it even happened.
Right.
There you go.
And they're just like, here, put this out in the movie.
But when did those files
get people thinking about it?
Or is it the reversed? I mean, this remote viewer, do you believe the remote viewer?
They've used, but they've been using remote viewers.
I know, but I'm just saying subconsciously, if you liked Indiana Jones, you've been watching for 7 fucking years now because you love it.
Right.
And then you just make up a story that is reminiscent of the movie that you've watched. It can be reversed as well.
Yeah. It's true.
I mean, think of the movies that came out about aliens and what they looked like, and all of a sudden, all aliens are gray aliens.
Yeah, but if you have these people coming in and selecting you for this project, you're not just going to give a bullshit fucking thing.
Dude, they're paying you. Why not? Like,
because then they won't use you again.
No, but how do they know? They're just like, yeah, dude, there it is. This fucking there. I see the Ark. It's there.
I see it.
Oh, fuck. There's an energy that's taking me out, bro.
That's what I want to know.
I see Arab people.
And then you go, hey, listen, government, I got killed by these unknown creatures in my dream. I need extra cash.
Well, because they've verified a lot of these because they've used them in kidnappings and abductions and hunting down fugitives and shit like that.
But this is what I want to know though, like, because this is viewer identifier number 032.
So there's been 31 before that.
Yeah, has this been used to do anything else? Like, how accurate was this viewer? Because some of the viewers, I think, maybe aren't that accurate. And that's why they
Dude,
say they killed the program, but
even
I don't think
accurate,
they did.
even supposed accurate people that predict things or help police don't always get it right. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm just saying,
But isn't
especially
it fucking weird though?
But see, here's the thing: you don't have any investment into a missing child, right? Necessarily, you're just like, okay, I'm going to try to view it. But if you're talking about the Ark or these other things that you may have an investment into because of religious reasons or anything else, like, your brain might make some shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it may be like,
Oh, yeah.
My
mean,
question.
It's the reasons why, like, when a kid watches a scary movie before they go to bed, they have a bad dream about the scary movie.
Yes.
It's like it leaves an impression in your brain for you to kind of create this image and whatever.
Or that, my kids have seen movies about aliens and watched UFO shows with me, and they've seen what an alien looks like. And if you say, hey, guys, tell me a really good story about an alien, they would probably describe the things that they've seen before, which is like, they're these small, gray, big-headed people, and they're, you know what I mean? And it's like you're just reiterating what you think you know about the situation. So to the movie being a blockbuster, let's be real, like Raiders of the Ark and all that show or whatever, all that shit was massive shit. So like maybe you got some help, they kind of just that sounds good. The Nazis, bro, they're after the Ark. That's what I'm getting.
Wasn't it the Nazis in that fucking movie too? That were like
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, it's all there, like surprisingly accurate. Just all fits like a puzzle piece. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Man, what a
So we'll see.
Portals and blue roofs and fucking Nazis. Oh my, you know what I mean?
It would be
And
it would be fucking crazy if some information came out that he was alive when they got there. That would be fucking
Dude, it
nuts.
will come out. Like he definitely did not die like the way that he was told that. Like we are all told that he died. He didn't die like that, dude. I think he escaped just like, I mean, if Project Paperclip happened, then Adolf Hitler definitely would have escaped somehow.
Yeah,
like we're not just saying, okay, the best scientists of these creepy fucking Nazi scientists, we're gonna have you guys come over here. We'll just erase whatever you guys did over there. Don't worry about it. And then they're not gonna do the same thing with Hitler. Like,
dude, why would they not? They let murderers go for good information. You know what I'm saying? Like if they were just saying, listen, we fucking hate you, but we need some of your shit, so we'll give you a place to go, and you're gonna die an old man somewhere that nobody even knows you exist, but we're getting all your information. Like they would absolutely do it. You know what I'm saying? They'd absolutely cover his ass to get all the fucking shit that they got. That's free information and free science projects they've been doing, and we don't have to be the ones to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because they did some pretty heinous shit. Let's be real. But I'm not saying that the information wasn't useful. Terrible shit. But I'm saying I'm sure there was some use of that information.
Yeah, and where did all that historical shit that they did collect go?
What do you mean? That they didn't collect, or
that they did collect? Because they went around Europe raiding all these fucking places and just collecting all this fucking historical shit.
I can tell you where it went.
Where the fuck it go?
The Vatican.
The Vatican.
Okay. It's all underneath the Vatican.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's underneath Big Mike's dick. You know what I'm saying?
Because there also is stories of them like
that big old dork.
Yeah, she's fucking hiding that shit with that dork dick.
Creating bunkers and shit around Europe.
Hey, Elon
and they were
told you.
moving stuff around constantly.
Elon told you, man. In order to retire, you got to go down a fucking shaft a mile into the ground into a tunnel. Like there's shit all over the place. That shit is hiding everywhere.
It's under the pyramids.
It's in fucking Salt Lake City, dude.
It's a Nazi elevator a mile under the sand.
There you go, dude.
Dude, what if the Ark of the Covenant's down there, dude?
That's what it is, man. It's the salt flats.
All
right, guys. That's funny. I'm gonna have to go watch me some Indiana Jones now.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Get my whip out.
Happy fucking Wednesday, y'all. It is Wednesday,
get on
right?
Patreon.
Yeah, it is Wednesday. All right.
Yeah, call-in show this Friday, guys.
Yes,
Talk
sir,
about
dude.
whatever the fuck.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
no
it'll be real.
fucking rules. We do whatever we want. You guys call in, ask whatever you want. Start up a topic. It
Or
don't matter.
Or don't call and we'll just talk our ass
Or
off.
don't call. We'll just talk.
There we go.
No rules.
No rules.
Okay.
I may or may not be. Why can't I say that? May or may not be wearing pants under this table.
Well, we'll find out if you get on there, I guess.
Okay.
Have a good night.
All right, everybody. Cheers.